Welcome to Farming Aid.
In the cattle business, profit often comes down to one simple number: weaning weight. The heavier a calf is when it leaves its mother, the more value it brings at the sale barn. That is why ranchers across the United States constantly search for genetics that can push calf growth to the next level. Some breeds are known for marbling, others for maternal instincts, but a few stand out for one powerful reason. Their calves simply weigh more at weaning. In today's video, we're counting down the American cattle breeds that produce the heaviest weaning weights, the breeds ranchers rely on when every extra pound matters. If you've ever wondered which cattle breed weans the heaviest calves in the United States, or how ranchers maximize pounds at weaning without sacrificing efficiency, you're about to find out. Stay with us as we reveal the breeds that dominate the scale and discover why they play such a major role in modern American beef production. The countdown begins with a breed that quietly revolutionized calf growth across the United States: Gelbvieh. Originally developed in Bavaria, Gelbvieh cattle arrived in the United States during the 1970s and quickly gained attention for their powerful maternal traits and strong growth rates. Unlike many heavy terminal breeds that focus purely on muscle, Gelbvieh cows produce abundant milk, allowing their calves to grow rapidly during the first months of life. That early nutrition translates into impressive weaning weights. In comparative breed studies, Gelbvieh crosses consistently rank among the top performers for growth to weaning, producing calves that rival or exceed many traditional beef breeds. What makes Gelbvieh unique is the balance between maternal ability and growth. A calf's weight at weaning is not determined by genetics alone. Milk production from the cow, early vigor, and efficient feed conversion all play a role. Gelbvieh cows excel in this combination. Their calves often hit the ground strong, nurse aggressively, and convert milk into body weight with remarkable efficiency. On pasture systems where calves rely primarily on milk and grass, that maternal advantage becomes a major driver of heavier weaning weights. Ranchers also appreciate the breed's moderate mature size. In modern beef production, extremely large cows can become expensive to maintain because they require more feed year-round. Gelbvieh cattle strike a balance between growth and efficiency, allowing producers to generate heavy calves without dramatically increasing the feed requirements of the cow herd. Beef breeds have shown Gelbvieh cows maintain a moderate mature weight compared with several other breeds, improving overall production efficiency. As the countdown continues, the next breed brings a reputation for explosive growth and powerful muscle development. Few cattle breeds have influenced American weaning weights as dramatically as Charolais. The story of Charolais in North America begins in France, where the breed was developed as a massive beef animal capable of producing tremendous carcass weight. When Charolais genetics entered the United States in the mid-20th century, ranchers immediately noticed something remarkable. Calves sired by Charolais bulls simply grew faster. They were larger at birth, thicker through the hindquarters, and heavier at weaning compared with many British breeds. Scientific comparisons confirm what ranchers observed in the pasture. Charolais sired calves frequently rank among the heaviest in breed evaluations. In controlled studies comparing sire breeds, Charolais calves produced higher weaning weights than breeds such as Hereford, Limousin, and Red Angus. Part of this advantage comes from the breed's sheer size. Charolais cattle are among the largest beef animals in the world, with bulls often exceeding 2,500 pounds. Their calves inherit that growth potential from the moment they are born. Larger frame size allows them to gain weight rapidly during the pre-weaning period, especially when they are raised by productive cows or crossed with maternal breeds like Angus. Another factor is muscle development. Charolais calves tend to grow thick, heavily muscled bodies early in life. That muscle mass contributes directly to higher scale weights at weaning. When these calves enter the feedlot later, they continue to grow rapidly and produce heavy carcasses, which is why Charolais bulls are widely used as terminal sires across North America. Despite these advantages, Charolais genetics also come with challenges. Because the breed produces larger calves at birth, calving difficulty can sometimes increase if bulls are used on smaller cows. Research comparing breed traits has shown that heavier birth weights often correlate with greater calving difficulty, making bull selection extremely important when using high-growth breeds. Even so, the ability of Charolais bulls to dramatically increase weaning weights has made them one of the most influential breeds in modern beef production. In many commercial herds, crossing Charolais bulls with Angus or Hereford cows produces the famous Charolais calf, known for impressive size and fast growth. Yet the countdown is not finished. There is still one breed that consistently rises above nearly all others when it comes to weaning performance. At the top of the scale stands Simmental. Few breeds combine maternal strength, milk production, and explosive growth the way Simmental does. Originally developed in Switzerland as a dual-purpose cattle breed used for both milk and beef, Simmental cattle brought an unusual advantage to the beef industry. Their cows produce large quantities of milk while their calves inherit strong growth genetics. The combination can create extremely heavy calves by the time weaning arrives. In breed comparison studies conducted in the United States, Simmental sired calves produced some of the heaviest 200-day weaning weights recorded, outperforming several other major breeds in controlled trials. The reason lies partly in milk. A calf's early growth depends heavily on how much milk its mother produces. Simmental cows are exceptional milk producers compared with many traditional beef breeds. That extra nutrition allows calves to grow faster during the first months of life, stacking pounds on the scale before they even begin consuming significant amounts of grass or feed. Frame size also plays a role. Simmental cattle are large-framed animals capable of reaching impressive mature weights. Calves inherit this growth potential, allowing them to gain rapidly during the pre-weaning phase. Studies examining breed growth rates have consistently ranked Simmental among the fastest-growing cattle, producing some of the highest weaning weights in beef production systems. Because of these traits, Simmental genetics have spread widely across North America. Many ranchers use Simmental bulls in crossbreeding programs to increase growth and milk production in their herds. The result is heavier calves and improved overall productivity. But the story does not end with pure breeds alone. In fact, some of the heaviest calves in the United States come from crossbreeding systems that combine the strengths of multiple breeds. When ranchers cross high-growth breeds like Simmental or Charolais with maternal breeds such as Angus, something remarkable happens. The calves inherit hybrid vigor, also known as heterosis. Hybrid vigor improves traits such as growth rate, fertility, and survival. A Simmental Angus cross calf, for example, often gains weight faster than either parent breed alone. The cow contributes maternal ability and calving ease, while the sire contributes growth and muscle. By the time weaning day arrives, these crossbred calves frequently tip the scale at impressive weights. This is why many commercial operations rely heavily on crossbreeding rather than purebred systems. The goal is not just to produce heavy calves but to maximize pounds of calf weaned per cow exposed to breeding. That metric combines fertility, calf survival, and growth into a single measure of profitability. Consider how these traits interact on a real ranch. A cow that produces a slightly lighter calf but breeds back every year may ultimately be more profitable than a cow that produces a heavy calf but struggles with fertility. The most successful breeding programs balance growth with reproductive efficiency. Even so, growth remains a powerful driver of profitability. When calves reach the scale at weaning, the difference between average and exceptional genetics becomes visible immediately. One calf might weigh 500 pounds, while another approaches 600. Across an entire herd, that difference can transform the economics of a ranch. Environmental conditions also influence weaning weights. Nutrition, pasture quality, and climate all play important roles in calf growth. Calves raised on lush spring grass with high milk production from their mothers often grow faster than those raised in drought conditions. Management decisions such as creep feeding, mineral supplementation, and pasture rotation can also increase pre-weaning growth. However, genetics set the ceiling for what is possible. Even the best management cannot turn a low-growth breed into a high-growth powerhouse. That is why breed selection remains one of the most important decisions a rancher makes. When the dust settles and the scales stop swinging, the results of decades of research and ranch experience point toward a clear pattern. Among American beef breeds known for heavy weaning weights, Gelbvieh delivers strong maternal growth, Charolais adds massive frame and muscle, and Simmental consistently produces some of the heaviest calves at weaning. Each breed brings something unique to the table. Gelbvieh offers maternal efficiency and milk production. Charolais delivers powerful terminal growth. Simmental combines milk and size to produce extraordinary calf weights. Together, these breeds represent the backbone of many high-performance crossbreeding programs across the United States. For ranchers focused on maximizing pounds at weaning, the lesson is simple. Genetics matter. Choosing the right sire can transform the growth potential of an entire calf crop. A single bull with strong growth genetics can add thousands of pounds of additional calf weight over his lifetime. And when the gates open on weaning day, those extra pounds translate directly into profit. The next time you see a truckload of calves heading toward the sale barn, remember that behind those numbers on the scale lies decades of careful breeding, research, and ranching wisdom. Somewhere in that group of calves may be the descendants of Simmental, Charolais, or Gelbvieh cattle quietly doing what they do best. As we reach the end of this countdown, one thing becomes very clear. In the cattle industry, weaning weight is one of the most important drivers of profitability, and the right genetics can make a huge difference. So whether you are a rancher, cattle enthusiast, or someone who simply enjoys learning about the incredible diversity of beef breeds, these cattle prove that the right genetics can truly transform a herd's performance. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about powerful cattle breeds, rare livestock, and the future of ranching, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below telling us which breed you think produces the best weaning calves. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps more great cattle content coming your way.